Okay. Hi, this is Ice Blue 333. Currently, it is September 4th, 2025. Okay, so I've already went over the eclipses in regards to Bill Clinton. So I said, why not go over the eclipses in regards to Donald Trump? And what I found is, again, astounding. Pretty much, I was not paying attention to the transit of Uranus and its aspects to Donald Trump's 10th house. And so I noticed that for one. And for two, I noticed that also the United States of America is going through its Uranus return. And I'm gonna go ahead and just say that now. It hits around the time of the 2028 election. Um, I believe in tropical astrology, the natal the United States natal Uranus is stationed at, I believe, 8 degrees 55 of Gemini, 55 minutes. Um, and I believe transit Uranus is gonna hit that, I believe, sometime around in 2027 and 2028 and 2029, I think, around that time. And Donald Trump, he's going through a Uranus return as well. So, yeah, it's a big deal, being that he's the president of the United States. So, let me pause for a second. Okay. So before I get to the eclipses, I am going to remind you about September 14th, 2025, where the transiting nodes in the sky will square Donald Trump's natal Uranus. And see, I believe the last time Donald Trump's natal Uranus was aspected, I believe that's when the transiting nodes conjoined Donald Trump's natal Uranus. It was on January 19th, 2021. And that's when Joe Biden, he was installed as president. But also, I believe around January 13th, 2021, Donald Trump, they began the impeachment processings. And it's funny, the number 13. I mean, I keep on talking about the 13 million and the 13-ounce solid gold medal. Whoop. But, jeez, trying to get this Susan B. Anthony coin. Anyway. There's 13 stars here, right? On the Susan B. Anthony coin. And there's 13 stars in the back. So, I think Taylor Swift, her favorite number is the number 13. But weirdly enough, Donald Trump, he was impeached on the 13th of 2021. When that's in around the time that the transiting nodes, I believe, conjoined Donald Trump's natal Uranus. But also, on February 13th, 2021, that's when Donald Trump was acquitted of the charges. I believe they claimed that he allegedly incited an insurrection on January 6th. But the number 13 just keeps on popping up, weirdly enough. Well, let's see here. Let me pause for another second. And I forgot to mention, that's what I was looking for, was that they tried, well, there's an assassination attempt that happened on the 13th of July, 2024. So like I said, the number 13 just keeps on popping up, weirdly enough. One of that's an omen. An omen that I'm going to get 13 million and a 13-ounce solid gold medal. Anyway, let me pause. Okay, and my point in regards to the number 13 or whatever. So on January 13th, 2021, that was when the transiting nodes conjoined Donald Trump's natal Uranus. But what I was looking at was that the transiting nodes was at 18 degrees 11 minutes of Gemini on January 13th, 2021. And so right now the transiting nodes, they're in Pisces, but they were squared at that exact degree, 18 degrees 11 minutes, on September 8th, 2025. And that's the next day after the eclipse. And I believe transiting Uranus is stations on the 5th, 6th, or 7th. Anyway. And so let's see here. My additional point. I said Uranus is already stationed, but it will begin to retrograde on September 6th, 2025. But my additional point is that The eclipse will happen on September 7, 2025 at 1 o'clock p.m. in my area, which I'm in Alabama, but still. And for Donald Trump, the ascendant of the eclipse will be in his fourth house at 10 degrees 13 minutes Sagittarius. And it will trine his natal Pluto, which rules his fourth house. And that is, like I said, the transiting ascendant of the eclipse is inside of his fourth house while in Sagittarius. But let's see here. But it's activating his natal K2 plus Moon conjunction. It means a loss for its hidden enemies. Additionally, also pushing them to the forefront because the transiting Moon conjoins the transiting Rahu in Trump's seventh house. Okay, so it's just telling the story here. Something big and emotional is about to happen around hell now, but September 8th, that may be an important date too. September 8th, 2025, that may be an important date too. Anyway, let's see here. I said the overall theme is all shocking hell. All shocking hell is about to break loose in Donald Trump's career sector because he is also about to have a Uranus return, which I stated earlier. Additionally, the United States itself is about to have a Uranus return. Everything is about to change everything. Just shocking and change. Let me see here, what else? Let me pause for a second because it's a whole another set of notes.